Hey, Startup Captain! This one comes from Reddit. It's a startup that would like you to roast their website. What do you think?
Clearly, this startup wants to make some moola. But are they putting their website visitors in the right mood? First, we need to look at the headline, because the headline does 90% of the heavy lifting on any business website. The headline here isn't terrible, but it isn't great either. Shall we use my clear formula as a checklist to put this headline through its paces?
Let's do it!
Okay, is this headline customer focused? Yes, I would give it 9 out of 10 in this department. Is it laser targeted? Yes, it is. This website is for people who want to study online courses and books together, and the headline tells them that this is exactly what this website does. 10 out of 10. Is this headline emotionally engaging? Well, this is where things start getting off the rails. It can't get more than 3 out of 10 in this department, but as we've seen in one of the previous videos in this series, a headline doesn't have to hit all 5 checklist points to be great. Okay, is this headline attention-grabbing? Not really. The black text on a yellow background is attention-grabbing, but the headline itself isn't super attention-grabbing, but it isn't terrible either. I'd give it 5 out of 10 here. And finally, is this headline results-oriented? No, I'd give it 2 out of 10 here. So overall, this headline is kinda lukewarm, not terrible, but not great either. The subheadline is only slightly better. Then you have a list of different courses and books. The testimonials are buried near the bottom. And what seems to be the most important button is buried at the very bottom. Why? Probably for the same reason the headline and subheadline are so weak. I suspect the reason is the startup founders don't understand their target audience well enough. With the help of my 12 magic questions video on YouTube, they can get the gold nuggets they need to craft a headline-subheadline combo that will grab their website visitors by the eyeballs and almost force them to give their email. So that would be step 1 on my to-do list. I would also split the hero section, the top section, in half. In the left half, I'd have the new headline, subheadline, and the call to action button. Only 1 button, not 2. And in the right half, I'd put a short 5-second video that looks like a Zoom call with 5 or 6 people studying together. And at the top, the title above that video could say something like, Data Science Textbook Study Group. Then the video would cut to a different study group. In total, this video would show 3 or 4 study groups in action, and then loop from the beginning. So in total, this video would be like 20 seconds long maybe, and loop from the beginning. This looping video would be designed to give people a feel of what it's like to study together in a group. Depending on how well that video is made, to communicate that feeling, it might boost the conversion rate pretty well. That's my quick roast for this website. But I could give them a bonus roast. Should I do that?
Of course!
My bonus roast isn't about the website, it's about the name. When you have a product or service that anyone can copy, your product name or brand name is the most important asset you can have, because a name is the only thing no one can copy. A name is automatically protected by the law! In my $4.1 billion secret video on YouTube, I talk about a case where a startup with the most easily copyable product in the world forced 2 Fortune 500 companies onto their knees because of that startup's product name alone. So let's talk about the name. mooCable isn't completely terrible because it has 2 things going for it. Number 1, it's short, easy to read, and easy to pronounce. Only 2 syllables, that's great. And number 2, it's definitely unique. But that's all in terms of good news. The bad news is that name doesn't mean anything. Or worse, it invites mockery. mooCable. Really? No. To people from the general audience, that name will appear random and forgettable. It might even make some people feel ashamed to share that website with their friends because their friends might potentially mock them for using a website with such a name. It's not as terrible as the name of the online trading platform Moomoo. That one is completely idiotic, especially given that it's a trading platform. But that one is understandable because Moomoo is owned by the Chinese and they're famously clueless when it comes to naming things in English. Also, that Chinese firm can afford to burn millions. Plus, their website screams that none of their employees have any clue about marketing whatsoever. Anyway, if mooCable wanted to compete with Moomoo for the worst name, it would lose because Moomoo is definitely worse than mooCable. I would rate Moomoo 2 out of 10 as a name for a financial services platform, while mooCable would get 5 out of 10 from me for a website that helps people find study partners. But I wouldn't rush to a name change now. First, the founders should use the 12 magic questions and my clear formula to fix their website to the point where it really starts getting traction.
If you'd like to get Startup Captain's clear formula, not only does he lay it all out in this video on his YouTube channel, in that video, he also shares a secret trick on how you can persuade your website visitors on a subconscious level to do exactly what you want.